My name is Kalpa. My cronies call me Coop, COOP. I am a part-time piano teacher. I'm also a part-time cook. I am a black man in America. I'm from Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, which is Eastern Africa, located near the shore, separated by Somalia. Well, I was adopted at a young age, around about 2.5, possibly 4.5, and they took me into two white folks, one German, one French, took me into their home in Phoenix, Arizona. Music was introduced to me because of my mother's side's long line of music. So my mother's a musician, she was a music teacher at the elementary school I went to. And she first introduced me to music at a very young age, going to guitar lessons and some piano lessons. But then my knowledge of music was further expanded by my brother, who introduced me to artists like Beethoven, Tchaikovsky, Chopin. And then from there I eventually branched off into jazz and rock and roll, and now where I'm at with hip hop. I decided to start making music around the age of 3. Then I was just plucking out some guitar strings, some piano stuff, but I ran into a tactical problem. My hands weren't big enough to play mostly anything, so I was sort of put on hold to any serious practice till about the age of 8. At the age of 8, I started studying 1960s classic rock was probably my first genre that I studied. So a lot of Beatles, you know. By the age of 12, I was able to play Beethoven's first piano sonata, all 4 movements, Beethoven's third piano sonata, all 4 movements. I could play parts of Beethoven's Appassionata. I could play parts of the Liszt symphony transcription from Beethoven. I could play a various amount of nocturnes, Bach preludes and fugues. I could also play some string quartets actually on the violin, a couple violin concertos, a couple piano concertos, just run-of-the-mill classical works. Yeah, so high school, I was what you would call a deplorable. Basically a student that they want to keep around for tax reasons, because they get about $7,000 per student. But as far as my contribution to the school and the school's success and the pride of the school, it was near to absolute zero. Around junior year though, I started realizing that the ability to seize opportunities that don't lie firmly in the system is definitely in my reach, especially with somebody who has as much privileges as I had growing up. So I dropped out, right? And then what I did after that was I picked up some jobs and started saving up my money. At a certain point, I realized that I can do anything, and I realized nothing could really stop me. So I decided I wanted to move across the country. Once I hit about $7,500, I realized I could move. So I moved to Seattle with the intent to further explore the music community over there, a little bit with the science community, but focusing more on music and the hip hop scene that was going over there and the jazz scene. I was in Washington for about a year, working over there, going to school, playing music, and after about a year, I realized that everything that I wanted to do in Washington, I could do in Phoenix with half the effort. And Phoenix is also my home, so I decided to come back here and pursue exactly what I was doing over here. I also was offered an opportunity to work with my brother in teaching music all around Phoenix. It was a special opportunity because my brother's teaching style is a very nuanced style catered to focus on the development of listening to music rather than just, being able to play a couple songs out of a level book. What people can learn from my experiences is that opportunities are curated by people, by you yourself. So you're not confined to the system that you're a part of, to the where you're from, or your cultural or your religious beliefs or anything. You're confined to your ideas, and you're confined to your perspective. So anything is possible, and you gotta make ideas tangible.
Ride my city, I'ma ride my city, I'ma die by my city, I'ma die by my city. Hey, flying, I'm pretty, don't cry to be witty. When my mind isn't busy, you can try to get with me. Hey, cast out trying to find a way up. Dumb niggas trying to catch a free